Hi, welcome back to the Nico Space Place. Uh, the purpose of this video, I guess the summary, the elevator pitch, whatever. The best way just to explain this will be 2016 and its consequences. I was writing down just many paragraphs and many posts, a thread on X about 2016 and its consequences, but it spawned. So I have a lot of it already written down already. It spawned when I was just thinking about a memory I had. I think it was around 2011 in Best Buy. There's carpets in that Best Buy, and there's an environment that incentivizes you to wander and just be able to take time and breathe, just to enjoy the little moments in life. It's all that we got. So I'll let me read uh, and then elaborate. I started remembering the past, a vision of Best Buy stores when they had a carpet. The reason why stores, restaurants, and just other various places became more flat, empty, and less colorful and interesting was for the brain, for for what the brain sees so that it can reflect it. To not think about anything or anything else or really anything at all. To not enjoy the little moments you can have with family, to where isolation is the only option. They purposely took away opportunities for human experiences because they don't see you as a human. That's the truth. They see us as replaceable machines. I cannot stress this enough. Purposely lower the quality of life for the people and took away opportunities to make individual moments meaningful. How much they've streamlined and taken away, trying to make things more efficient, really is just to take less to make things most profitable less more profitable less possible for them, but really charging you so much more than how it used to be. When they say we don't have to live like this is what they mean. We don't have to live like this. And it started to have me think about the past more. And I started to think what was a big paradigm shift um, in the modern age. And then I decided to tweet about this. Let me just read it. 2016 was such a massive social engineering project that it doesn't get blamed enough for how much discord it's sown and bad fruit it's yielded, and it's still bearing bad fruit. My apologies. Forced unnatural discussions put into mass consciousness made to enact social change as if the Western world was such a horrible and violent place compared to how it is now. They knew what they were doing and they knew what it would result in. I'm stupid. My apologies. There's a reason they targeted women with this social change. The social change that brought you uh, Donald Trump and a new patriarchy and a uh, how misogyny is king, how men are evil, how the male gaze is very evil. Things like that. Things obviously targeted against men and to make women fearful of men. There's a reason they targeted women with this social change, because they knew they could be more easily emotionally manipulated with the press, media, and television, just to give them narratives and put things in their conscious to uh, make them fearful. And what I noticed is that this reflects the Bible so much, it's just ignorant to not believe it at this point. Okay. The Jewish press convinced generations of women that submitting to a man is wrong, that appealing to men makes you stupid and worthless. Women have forgotten how to be cute, nice, ladylike, and men reacted. The weak man submitted to it because he felt like he had no choice. The man who couldn't bring himself to believe the insane lies felt like the rational choice was to become an opposite, an Andrew Tate type of guy, a man who wants to please and just any woman in any way to call them a simp. We fail to protect women because we listen to what they want, and now it all sucks. That doesn't mean, before I elaborate, because of how much Jewish media, and I want to clarify this. I was given a proofread and said I would have to hold back on uh, speaking about Jews so harshly. But I want to explain that it's because Jewish-owned media outlets and companies that specifically targeted the demographics of younger women with articles written by Jewish journalists to promote degeneracy for women and convincing them that that women's independence was for the best for them and that they would live a much happier life doing that. And also, um, demographics. With those same demographics, Jewish directors, writers, and producers were ones who make degenerate shows for the female demographic to promote those lifestyles as well. Just keeping it in their conscience. Entertainment is also can be used as a social engineering tool, and women have become such an amazing. Not sorry, have such a what's the word? What am I looking for? Have become a target for them. We failed to protect women because we listened to what they wanted or what they were told they wanted. Keep that in mind. They were told by Jew and manipulated by Jewish media. Um, so many of those. It sounds like paranoia when it's actually the truth, which sucks. But how else are you going to be the truth, especially when I wanted to be more honest, especially about race? That doesn't mean the Jewish press, media, and influence can walk away blame free. It deserves blame, it deserves acknowledgement, and it deserves to be cast out or exiled. Or even maybe the most rational thing to do is make regulations. And it reflects the Bible so much. Incredibly so. A serpent, the media influence, told women, not Adam, told Eve that they would be better off biting biting the fruit, taking a piece of the fruit. And we listened to the woman. We did, and they said, "Okay, you think men are kind of bad. Uh, what men like, you're against. Appealing to men is wrong. Um, liking women is wrong. We'll listen to you." And we listened. Adam and Eve had free food, drink, livestock, in a paradise with no worry in the world. All they had to do was simply not eat the fruit. The fruit was to give them knowledge that only God had. And now we know what suffering is, and we still haven't learned. We haven't learned the lesson of what natural and best order is for humanity to live, with how much socially we have to acknowledge. This is why we need to be more honest, point out truths and honesty and what really is the best for people in general. I've written a lot more, but Jewish social engineering told women that men are evil, that appealing to them and submitting to an evil world, it's wrong to submit to an evil world that hates them. Women have been lied to for so long, and it hurts how much everyone has suffered in result of this. Like I said, we don't have to live this way. The cost of living has skyrocketed. It's harder to be a young man and to impress and attract a woman and to be a provider that's expected. The world has been purposely shifted to prevent us from making connections and being able to repopulate, literally incentivizing us to be isolated masturbatory losers, both men and women, because we can't afford to love, we can't afford romance and connections like we used to. Purposely pricing things out for the young person and holding them out of precious, irreplaceable memories they could potentially have made. We truly live in dark times. I truly believe that. And they purposely made us forget how different and even better the past used to be. Like I said right here, it's so fascinating how much they've gotten us, me, you, to forget about the experience of what living in the past was like. I said that thinking about the Best Buy memory. How places used to be more decorative. You see these comparisons all the time when you go by social media. You see it a lot. And it's just like, why was this change? Why are things made to prevent you from making memories, to breathe, to take time, to spend time with your family? No, it's to make you go in, out, get your food, instant gratification. You realize that, right? It's not healthy. It's not ideal, but they want you. Oh, and how much they want you to work. So much longer hours and less pay. They only see you as workers. They don't see you as humans who can have such precious memories. And they're trying to convince you that your memories and your family mean less than they actually do. A lot of people are being convinced and brainwashed that life is meaningless. Memories have no purpose. And it's sad to see people believe that. It is horrible. How many restaurants catered to kids? And now people can't have kids, nor the kids now aren't able to have the fun, the wonder, the mystery of the world as they're growing up with so much colors, so much things trying to attract them. Like, they can't live in that world anymore. The the McDonald's by the Dallas Zoo, I loved going to. I loved going there as a kid, and it was just I have memories. And the same zoo that I went to so many times, my dad took me to so many times, that I have fond memories of. Why I brought up the Dallas Zoo and just the memories you could have made at places meant for kids to make memories of. It's because it proves that they think kids don't deserve to be born, first of all. 20% of Gen Z has been aborted. They don't believe children should be born, nor do they think they deserve memories that they could carry on for the rest of their life. We live in bleak, extremely dark times. It's a dark age. I truly believe it's a dark age. With how much we've learned, we know what's happened. I'm not being over dramatic to say there is something wrong with the day and age we live in. I don't believe we deserve memories. We deserve to appreciate life. And many people have been convinced that life is meaningless, memories are meaningless. Your life is nothing. People have become people have become damn it, I forgot the word. I forgot the fucking word. Anyway, uh, people believe in the Rick and Morty propaganda. That's the best way I could give it. My apologies, but people bought into the bullshit. That's where the Reddit meme comes from too. Pathetic atheists. And people believe that, and it sucks. And that they think what they say has value. Why should I listen to you if you think life is meaningless? You know. I forgot the word, the philosophy for it. Man, my brain is fucked up. Oh, with short attention spans too, you can't even afford the brain power to make meaningful memories. They've done that to us too. Can't even let your mind imagine and wander in like a cool Taco Bell, a cool looking Best Buy, that cool looking McDonald's that they took away. I can't believe how it really went viral compared to what it was now, what it is now and what it was. I drink a lot of chocolate milk there, you know. I played a lot with my brother in the play place there because it was dope as shit. Kids can't have that. I hope. You know, never mind. I wanted to communicate this because we've become so much more pathetic. It is. I'm not sure if this was cut out. I'm gonna say this in case it was cut out. I ran out of disk space. The average 20-year-old and young adult, teenager as well, is much more pathetic than the teenagers. And they're much bigger losers than what a loser was considered 15 to 20 to 80 years ago, you know? You realize that, right? We're how isolated and pathetic we are with can't even go outside or don't even go outside as much. This this is our communication. That's horrible. We've be truly pathetic beings we have become because of how much the world has purposely been made worse by people who are able to make those decisions. I was with how cool places used to be, malls have become victim to it too. I remembered because I was playing Left 4 Dead 2 days ago, and I was in the mall area. It's just coming back to me what malls used to look like with big ass trees, with people, with big plastic play areas for the kids to jump on and walk around and to climb, with people just walking back and everywhere. Food courts packed, teenagers having fun. The hot chicks were behind the hot topic. Shit like that, man. Shit like that. I was 7 years old when I understood the hot topic girl behind the counter. I remember that day. I don't remember what she looked like, but I remember that there was a turning point at that. Shit like this you can appreciate. It's these little things, man. It's these little things. The posters on advertising used to be cooler too. We loathe advertising, but we appreciate what it was years ago. You know, isn't that crazy? Just everything has gotten worse. Everything is made against you, and there's people who make these decisions, and these people are a certain race, and they're not white, despite what their articles and news tells you. And I'm telling you this because I don't want anybody to believe lies. That's how we become a worse world. That's how we resulted in the here and now if we continue to listen to them. Malls used to be cooler. Shit used to be cooler, man. A memory of a Best Buy with a carpet compared to now, just all blank and bare. You don't want to be there. They want you in and out. They don't want you to be human. They don't want you to think. They just want you to do. And going back to the Garden of Eden, I think there is a lot of sense to be made with, Martin Cabello would talk about this too. Nietzsche talks about this. It's fruit and sugar really does something to the brain, and yeah, it really does. And there's something about that ketogenic diet that keeps you in a stable default programming of how God made your brain. There is something to that. I truly believe in it. It just makes sense. It makes so much sense. He wouldn't have made it like that. He is an artist when it comes to narratives. The Lord knows what he's doing. He's wiser than all of us. People who hate God are the ones who influence your life the most. I want you to remember that. And I want you to keep that in the back of your head as you live your life, not as a victim, but to be proactive in doing what they wouldn't want you to do. To eat at a restaurant and have fun with your family. They priced out going to movies with the family. It's hella expensive. Go watch a movie with your family. Go eat with your family. Go spend time with your family. Play a game with your family. Play board games with your family. Drink it with your family. Talk with your family. Chop it up with your family. Do what they don't want you to do. Have a family. Do your best to have a family. They want your kids dead. 20% of Gen Z was sacrificed to Moloch. So, if you sometimes feel, I know there's a lot of young people feel like the world hates them, they don't belong in this world. Don't blame yourself. The world was meant to be against you. So many of us, the young people, are lost, hella depressed, can't even fit in with their own family, can't even find happiness, comfortability, or make good times with their friends. They can't do that. But don't blame yourself. It's the world we're in. We live in a messed up world, in messed up times. If more people like me are able to open up and be honest about things, the world will get better. That's the only thing we could rely on. The guy who told me, my friend, my dear friend, he told me, the Jew stuff makes you less serious. Like, you get it right when you point out that the media targeted women with it, but when you start saying that Jews did it, it feels less serious. But it's the truth. It's what's honest. I know why you mentioned it. I'm just saying you'll turn off the normie. The normie brain who is afraid of when I say Jew is the person who downstream of the people who I'm wanting to communicate with. I'm not here to communicate to the normie. They'll get my message eventually because they sit at the bottom of the stream. For normies, the best way to rely on information gathering is just phantom mimetics. They'll get it eventually. It will be just in the threads sown in the public conscience rather than it'll be the cotton but not the sheet, you know. It'll be in there, but it won't be the whole thing. But it'll still be there. Thank you for listening. I'm sorry if there was a tonal shift kind of midway through. I ran out of storage space and I recorded a lot, but now it's gone forever because I didn't notice until probably like 2 or 1 minute through. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you learned something, and I hope we're able to communicate more and look forward to a better, brighter future for ourselves, our friends, our family especially, and for the future generations to come. All we have to do to change the world is to be honest about it. Thank you very much.